DEI is an abbreviation for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We started DEI because we want to bring awareness to people to be more accepting of people from different backgrounds, different race, different culture. People can have different abilities, have different talents. Like some people can do different types of dancing. They can speak more Spanish than others. People with mental health should be treated just like everyone else. Compassionate, with dignity and respect. People shouldn't be referred to as a religion. They should be referred to as who they are as a person, not by their ethnic background. Diversity means different background, different race, different culture, like all in one. Sexuality is how you feel, who you are. Nobody should judge you for who you are.
What type of different sexualities are there?
Transgender, gay, lesbian, bisexual. People have different skills in finance, but they should be willing to learn, be taught the skills to learn how to do their own finances.
The E in diversity, equity, what does it mean that everyone has what they need to be?
We talk about everyone can be able to see the same stuff equally. If some people need more help than others to see it, they should be able to see or do something equally just like everyone else. Being like a part of the group, being included, instead of being segregated or isolated from everyone else. Yeah, everyone has value, no matter what their ability is. Everyone has value and different skills and talents. I feel you have to learn about DEI because maybe without knowing it, so maybe that will bring awareness to what you're doing without you even knowing it.
Assumptions.
Well, growing up, I've heard, that's the word they're using, but I've heard it's called stigmatism. And all the time, when I was younger, I would get picked on. People would think things about me. I was actually, another story I can tell, at high school. I was talking to my best friend, Adriana. Actually, the only friend I had in high school at that point. We were talking at the lunch table and I said, Adriana, I think I'm bisexual. And her ex-boyfriend over here told the whole school, oh, he's gay, stay away from him. So just by eavesdropping, they thought I was something I wasn't.
This person back in Freeport, he assumes a lot about me, that things are not true.
I can say one thing about Elise. I've been with her for almost 8 years now, and it's been the best relationship I've ever been in. She is a wonderful person, she really is, inside and out. I get hurt by assumptions all the time.
I get hurt by assumptions too. There was this one word that I remember that John told me.
Fairy. Back in the 1870s, I know about. During the Stonewall era, people would use the word, if you were gay, you're a fairy. Or also a word that we've kind of taken back, like the N-word with the black people, the word queer. Same thing, like it was a word that people used to put people in certain groups that did not need to be there. I think just because of something he has, again, going back to the word that we work so hard to get out of people's vocabulary, the R word, retard. Again, just because we have a disability means there's something wrong with us. Like, me and Liz have been together for 8 years. There's nothing totally wrong. We can have a relationship just like anyone else. We can vote just like anyone else. All the rights that everyone has, we have. So, and we had to fight so hard for that. Also, I've been in and out of institutional my life, like hospital institutions. I've attempted suicide many a times because of depression, but just because of that, people be like, oh, well, there's something. No, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just different. In high school, when I was upstate, there was this one girl. She had some type of disability, and everyone was like, oh, stay away from her. She's doing whatever. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with her? I went up to her and I'm like, hey, how are you? And I was the only one to talk to her because she was crying because no one else ever talked to her. And I was like, hey, if you need a friend, I'll be there for you. But everyone else despised me because I did that. It's like, I don't care. I'm a very outgoing person. I love people. And I've learned that over the years that just because other people have something that's a little different doesn't mean they're wrong. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It just means they're unique. Yeah, people take symbols and they put them and make them that are not good. And again, in the news, you've been seeing a lot of hate crimes, a lot of people spray painting them on the walls or on things, and it's sad. Even though I don't believe in the Bible, but I will say, I do believe in the golden rule. You do unto others, you want to be done unto you. That is one of the most amazing things, because if you are mean to someone, you got to be mean back. That's just how it is.
A disability is someone who has things going on, like hip issues, body issues, thinking with the brain.
Well, one of the disabilities that Down syndrome, autism, doesn't mean they're different. They just have something special about them.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people can talk differently. I know people that can talk, but they can't talk like we are. They have different ways to talk. Like sign language, it's a different way to talk, but it's not like you're not talking.
Yeah, because I have a family member who lives out in Ohio, and he's 14 years old, and his name is Artie, and he has very bad autism, and he gets sort of violent, once in a while, and around the family. Or, if he wants sugar and he can't have it, he gets really upset, he starts crying, he throws a temper tantrum. But when I'm with him, he's fine. He doesn't do anything. He's as good as gold. And he goes like this to me, when he'll come behind me and go like this, and hug me, And his OT staff, when I'm with them, if it's at a birthday party or whatnot, they give me a dirty look because they don't understand why I can get him to talk and they can't, and they stare at me, they give me dirty looks and dirty stare, and I'm like, what's your problem? I'm like, he's my sort of my cousin, on my stepmom's side. I'm like, so what,
Right, your family. So certain people that, individual in my house, his name is, and he has very bad autism. Now, there's times where he will get so mad, throw things down the floor, and I'll be like, get down and pick that up. It's really stern to him. He'll listen, but it's because your family, he knows you. If someone with autism if you're a stranger, you come and talk to them, they're not going to do anything because they're afraid of you. But if you know them and you've lived with them for years and you're part of their family, they will connect. Because no matter how your physical or mental mind is, at the end of the day, you are a person.
Have you ever felt left out?
All the time. In 1999, I snuck into Woodstock. The last Woodstock they ever had. And I saw this group, and this is because I've always felt like an outsider. I've always felt like I never belonged to anything.
Why do you guys do DEI?
To make a change in the world and to show people what disabilities and diversity and all this stuff that we're talking about means. To us, this is something that we try to raise up and make people look at things differently.
Yeah.
So what parts of yourself do you think of is like others?
Well, I have a voice. I'm an advocate for a lot of our services and A lot of our councils, a lot of our committees. I mean, some of our committees, not all. But that powers me to open up towards other people, to be a role model for other people, because there are not other people in the world who don't have what I have. I mean, I'm lucky to have what I got. So, I mean, it powers me to open up. I am a voice to other advocates.
Why did you want to learn about diversity, equity, and inclusion?
It shows what I am. I educate others. We're trying to educate. We're not trying to say we don't want to educate. We want to educate people.
And what is DEI?
Diversity, equality, inclusion. It's the way you look at things. It's the way you look at diversity. It's the way you look at equity. It's the way you look at inclusion. I look at it as being, that's part of advocacy. That's the bigger part of the advocacy. That's the key of the advocacy. You're educating people. I've been teased as a kid. I've been picked on as a kid. I've been made fun of because of my disability. So I wanted to show people that I have a disability, but it doesn't stop me from being who I am. I'm an advocate. I'm a host for the Virtual Connections. I'm a host for I'm just there for others when they need it. I mean, I play lacrosse, I play wheelchair basketball. I do it all because I want to show people that even if I have a disability, it's not going to get me down. I've seen a lot of people, it's not just friends, but I've seen a lot of people, and I've said, don't discriminate against a person in a wheelchair, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. It's not one person. It can happen to anybody. Don't be bullied. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what your rights are. Don't hesitate to come to a teacher. Don't hesitate to come to, a boss. Don't hesitate to do anything. Equality hurts no one. It shouldn't hurt no one. I think we're trying to send a message by wearing this sweatshirt today. I think I'm trying to send a very strong message to people who want to learn. It just shows who we are. I know how it is. I've been up against the fight. I was bullied. I was picked on. I was teased. I was told that people were afraid of me back